Hi guys, this is Elodie. Welcome to my channel. So it's Elodie Crafts and Creations. So today we're gonna make a pocket for our ocean journal, and for this we're gonna make this tuck spot. So my idea is to just simply use any type of stamp you have, use it on a scrap of cardboard, and then just let it dry. And then, so we're gonna use these ones for our card. Then you can, please make sure you wait for them to dry, because it can just smudge, so do wait for them to dry. And then you can just fussy cut them, as I'm doing right now, and then we're just gonna use them for our pocket. And I'm gonna glue this only as a tuck spot so that you can just put stuff inside, and I'm just gonna explain it as I do it, really. Okay, so I'm gonna use this beautiful image that I found online to make a pocket, and then this, as we've seen before, is gonna be a tuck spot. And I wanted to use a quote on the ocean, and I've yet to figure out where to put it exactly. I think this is pretty good because it makes the pocket a bit longer, gives a bit more interest, but then I do have to figure out how to attach them. Should I just put something behind it? Yeah. First things first is just tear the picture so that it looks a bit more grunge, a bit more vintage, a bit more like the journal we're making. Like so. Yeah, that looks so much better. And I'm also going to do that on the sides, just to make sure, well, you know, everything should look pretty much the same, and the bottom as well. And then I'm gonna ink it so that you don't see the white of the paper, because every time you tear a page, the color of the paper, even if you've printed something on it, the color of the paper itself is going to show. So the best way to stop this from showing is just to ink the paper. You can also paint it, color it, whatever you want, but just, yeah, I prefer to do the inking because I have the tools for it, and it's quite easy to do. Next, let's think of a paper to glue this on to make our pocket. So I did think of brown paper, just to add a bit of contrast, because all our pages are blue, so it's quite nice to have a little bit of a contrast. Or maybe a book page, but with the quote, that's just too similar. What else do we have? So how are you guys today? I'm just loving doing all these tutorials on the junk journals I'm making on an ocean, sea and mermaid theme, and I really hope you guys like it too. It's really nice to think of the beach. I mean, this little girl is on the beach looking for seashells, making constructions out of sand and stuff. It's really cool. I wish I could go to the beach, but with the COVID stuff, it's just, yeah, we can't move anywhere in France at the moment. Everything is on lockdown. We can't get out of our houses, which is quite nice, but with my broken foot, I can't. At least not very far. Walking, I can walk 5 minutes tops, yeah, and then I have to stop. So even, you know, washing the dishes, you have to stand for more than 5 minutes. It's a bit long. So yeah, it's a bit annoying. I just hope it's almost finished, but I don't think so. It's been 6 months already. It doesn't look like it's gonna be over anytime soon. But yeah, I found this blue paper that I bought in Action, it's a French shop, and I think it's just perfect because it's quite dark, so it does give the contrast I wanted. And I do have enough. I do need to make sure I have enough for all the journals because I do need to make eight of these pockets, of course, because there's 8 journals. But also, I am currently making an Etsy shop. I've started making all the, you know, the images that go on the top, like the banner and stuff like this. It's I've had a friend that does some communication stuff come to check out what I did and tell me, oh, I prefer this one, I don't like this one, and of course she didn't like some of the stuff I loved. So I'm just gonna take her word for it, and I'm just gonna use the ones she likes, and of course the ones she loves and thinks is the best is the one I loved and think is the best. So I'm gonna use that one, and I really hope you guys are gonna like my banner in my future Etsy shop. I'm hoping to publish it at the end of the month, maybe a bit before if I can. I'm not yet sure when, but you will know. I will post on Instagram. I will probably post here also on YouTube, like where to find my Etsy shops and the links. I'm gonna add it to the bottom underneath this video as well. So here, as I mentioned before, I am inking everything in blue just to hide the white of the paper. Yeah, that looks amazing. And now I'm gonna cut 8 of these. Well, at least one, just to do one pocket. So how are you guys doing with the whole lockdown situation? I mean, we do have a lot more time to craft. You know, when you don't have to go to work and stuff, it gives you a lot more time to do other stuff. But I am missing, like, relationships with people, meeting people, seeing anybody other than my boyfriend. Don't tell him I said that. I love him. He's amazing. And it's going great, so I can't complain. But yeah, it's nice to see other people from time to time. And you know, the touching, you miss like hugging and stuff. You can't even hug your parents when they come to see you. It's so hard. But yeah, it's necessary, I guess, to make sure everybody's safe. I hope we come out of this rather soon. That would be nice. So how's it going with you guys? Are you guys okay? I know that some people are having a lot of trouble with this whole situation. And I think, you know, if we can help each other, then we should. So yeah, just talk and let's talk about it and see how you guys are doing as well. Alright, our pocket is looking amazing. It's way too big for the page though. Way too big. So I'm just gonna cut off a bit on the side and just ink it back again.
Mais ce fait, le serveur là, regarde, il a migré récemment, la VM a bougé.
That looks perfect. And I'm hiding the snail. I don't know if you've noticed, but in the image there's like a snail on the beach. I don't know about you guys, but I have never seen a snail on the beach. I mean, there's some bulots, you know, like shells that look like snail, but they don't just walk on the sand. So I chose to use what we did at the beginning of this video to just cover it. And now I got this beautiful little tissue paper towels, and I think they will look amazing at the back here. To hide that little corner, we have a little blank corner, so I think this would look really nice. Because it's transparent, I really like the fact that when you glue a paper towel to anything really, it gets transparent, so that's really cool. But also because it's blue, of course, like the rest of our journal, and it reminds me of Greece and, you know, like dark blue stuff. I just love it. Okay, so let's just glue this. Perfect.
Pour ça qu'avant d'aller plus loin dans une quelconque investigation, on se demande à ce que tout soit respecté.
And make sure the top is covered and the bottom as well. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of glue on top as well to make sure all the bubbles of the air are gone. And you can see the blue that goes through. And this is really easy to remove because it's been wet. It's wet from the glue. Can I say it's wettened? It's been wettened by the glue. You need to teach me English. Alright, next. Let's just glue the image of this little girl to the paper. I'm just gonna grab a scrap of paper. I like to use, like, you know, sometimes you get magazines. I do have Stop Pub. It's like a, sorry, my nose is a bit runny. Sticker. It's a sticker that you put on your mailbox and says no advertisement. And you always get someone who puts some advertisement anyways, even though it's a waste of paper and I'm not gonna read it and it's just a bother. But it's pretty useful when you have to do some collage and stuff. So I use that as a background and I just do all my collaging on it instead of using, you know, vintage papers that could be used for something else. So it's a pretty good use for something that's gonna go in the bin anyways. Pretty happy. I would like to ask you though, you know, I do get sometimes some catalogs of plants. I love gardening and I did ask for one catalog one time and now I get it every month and I have no idea. I've tried removing them, I've tried calling them, it's just not working. So do you know, okay, it's got nothing to do with ocean, it's more plants and botanic gardening, journaling stuff. But would you guys have any idea of how to use those images, like flower pictures in junk journaling? So I think it would look really nice. It's just I have yet to figure out some ideas. But yeah. Okay, so now we're just gluing. I've put on the little shell as a tuck spot, as I mentioned before. And now we're just gluing on the little, well, the big quote. And making sure everything is stuck properly. And this is done. And now we only have 8 more to do. for all the 8 journals. Oh, and I also wanted to maybe add something, you know, another element of, I don't know, maybe lace, maybe some yarn, just something to have a different texture. But I do need to think about it. Let's just make the other pockets first and think about it while I make them. Yeah, let's see. So I'm just gonna do this for all the other ones. Okay, so I'm going really fast now. I'm just gonna do the tearing of the image of all, well, 7 remaining images. And then I'm just gonna paint them. So the first one, I use the technique where you get, you know, I've seen a lot of these scrappers use ink pads and either plastic or glass or, you know, the acrylic things we have for stamping, and then just putting the ink pad on it, getting some ink on it, and then putting water and then using it. But I'm gonna use watercolor because I love watercolor, and I think it's really pretty. I really like it. But I wasn't sure if I should paint the girl or not, or maybe I should just paint everything blue, or maybe I should just paint the girl just a little bit less, you know, than the background. Yeah. So I tried a few different things. I'm pretty happy with pretty much all the results. I wanted different kinds of blue as well, not always the same blues, so I've done different things. So sometimes you get more of a cerulean blue, or a marine blue. I love blues, and I'm really happy I did these journals because I got to really experiment with hues of blues, and I'm just really happy I did that. Okay, so now let's do the background blue pocket things. Just gonna put these to dry, and then we're gonna ink them all in blue. So I'm using the archival ink, the Ranger Tim Holtz archival inks, which is blue. I bought these at Craftelier. There's a video of the haul I did for this junk journal in my playlist. You can check it out if you would like to see everything I bought for this junk journals. Okay, and next let's just glue the piece of napkin as well. So yeah, 8 journals is quite a lot. I mean, as you can imagine, this took me hours and not just 30 minutes, of course. But I do love them, and I really hope you guys will love them too. It's been such a pleasure making these. It's the first time I do this. I mean, it's such a big project, and they're pretty big, and there's loads of stuff in them, and I think that's what takes you the longest, really. It's to make everything that goes inside. But it's been amazing, an amazing opportunity, I guess. I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, so now I want to figure out what I'm gonna put at the back, or if I'm gonna put it, you know, on top or something. So I've got quite a bit. I've got some laces. Can you say that? I've got laces. I've got lace. Got some lace. Yeah. So let's just check out which one is best. I think this one is a bit too thin. To be at the back, it would be quite hard, and it doesn't look so good. I quite like this one though, but maybe not at the front. Maybe at the back. And maybe some blue would be better.
je sais pas, j'imagine qu'il a une console d'administration des services sur le serveur, ou sur la VM.
Some brown or beige would create a bit of contrast. I think that would be nice as well.
Mais ils te disent que c'est incompatible. Ok. Du coup, je demande de restart.
Yeah, let's just try to mix up some things. I'm just not sure really. Okay. And these are all the dried images that we got. And now I'm just gonna glue them. Oh. I'm using my UHU stick. I think it's enough because it's just paper on paper and it's quite thin paper as well. It doesn't have to be, you know, complicated and Fabri-Tac or tacky glue every time. I did buy a whole bunch of UHU sticks though because I'm just using them. I mean, it's pretty expensive glue. So I bought them online from their website and I bought like a pack of lots. Okay, let's get back to this. I really want to get it right. And I love this one at the back. I think it's just perfect. Because there's contrast and it's quite wide and I like the little scruffles. Can I say that? You know, it reminds me a little bit of the waves. It's quite nice. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna use that. Perfect. Yeah. And then I'm just gonna have to sew because the gluing is just not gonna be enough. Okay, that looks amazing. Let's do that. Yeah, this one is just too thin. It feels a bit like the waves, you know, at the top, but just more like plants rather than waves, I think. Okay, now let's do all 8 of them. So you will see all my beautiful paintings. They're all finished and now I'm just gonna glue everything else on top. So let me know which one you prefer. Like, do you prefer with the girl in white or painted like the rest of the background, or maybe just a tiny bit lighter than the background? What do you prefer? And also between watercolor and the ink pad method. I mean, I do understand if you don't have watercolors, but why use the ink pads? It is, I know, I love the method. It's quite nice and it looks really good. But yeah, I would love to know why you guys use that method. It's really interesting to know. Okay, and now I'm just making sure that it corresponds to the top, so I'm just gonna re-ink everything really quickly, whatever I've just removed. Very quickly. I think this is ×8. Yeah, I just went a lot fast. I did not go that fast. That would make me Wonder Woman or something. Okay, next comes the sewing. So I'm very simply just gonna go and sew the whole pocket, and then I'm just gonna glue it onto my journal page. And I do love when there's some sewing going on in my journal, tags, pockets, cards, whichever, even the pages. I have done some sewing on the pages. I just love it. So I've done it quite a lot for a few of the pockets, cards, and well, journaling elements that I have in this journal, and I really hope you guys will like it too. So that is one done. Yay! And next are some pictures to show you how it looks in the end.